Hey everybody, Mark Agnesi here again in the back room at Norman's Rare Guitars. Welcome back to another episode of Guitar of the Day. So we're here, day 4 of our tribute to Tom Petty week. We got a little in-depth yesterday of Tom Petty, the bass player. Today we'll get a little more in-depth with my favorite version of Tom. And I'm a rocker. I love the Heartbreakers. They're probably the best band, all-around band since the band. But for me, Tom by himself with an acoustic guitar and a great song was about as powerful as any loud rock and roll concert. It just, the man on a stool with the guitar. So I got this guitar last week, and I was like, oh yeah, that's like the Tom Petty guitar. Didn't realize how fitting it would be that we just got it. But this was a favorite of Tom's, and it's pretty much almost identical to the one that he had. So for your Flat Top Friday, come check this thing out. This is from 1965. This is original Gibson J-200. Original Sunburst finish. And that's not enough. Oh yeah.
What is it?
Original serialized hang tag. The Tune-o-matic bridge instructions. Mark, that's not the original receipt, is it? Oh, hell yeah, it is. Original sales receipt. December 23rd, 1965. $423.80 with the tax. Fortunately, this one costs a little bit more these days, but really, really killer condition, great guitar. Let's talk J200s. We've done quite a few of these throughout the course of the show, starting back with late 30s Rosewood SJ200s. We just did a great 51 SJ200 maybe a month and a half ago. This is a J200. So let's first start with what's the difference between the SJs and the Js. Obviously, the 30s ones were Rosewood back and sides. That was the original version of the SJs. After you get out of World War II, at the end of the banners, when the 200s come back, the SJ200s had changed to a maple back and sides. I'm trying to think exactly when it is, and I probably should have looked it up before I did this. But once you get into the early part of the 60s, a couple things will change. First off, the J's start in the 50s. Really, the only major thing by looking at it that you would tell the difference between a J200 and a SJ200 is the pick guard. So on the SJs, it's a little bit darker, and also there'll be like a outline going all the way around the outside of the guard that's etched in as well. Once you get into, I think it's 55 or 56 is when they go to the J200s. They go to this more kind of red celluloid pattern on the guard, and they got rid of the outline on there. Now this one, once you get into the early 60s, then you have a couple other changes. Usually the 50s ones and the early ones you'll see have the open mustache bridge. This has got the closed mustache bridge, so anywhere where you see this pearl, there was usually just open space down to the finish. So this has got the closed mustache bridge. Second major thing that's different is this has the Tune-o-matic bridge on it. You'll see this on the J200s from this era. You'll also see this on the Doves from this era, where all the other Gibson acoustics you see that have the adjustable bridges will just go to that either ceramic or wood adjustable saddle with just the two screws on the side. This has got a full-on ABR1, just like would be on a Les Paul or SG from that time, with literally 6 intonatable saddles. So some people don't like these. They think it kills the top. For the guys who like to play in tune, some of you out there, I'm not one of those guys, as you know, but for those of you guys who are real sticklers for tuning, it is nice to be able to dial in every string, because you usually can't do that on an acoustic guitar. So this is from 1965, which is that transition year on the nut. However, this one still has full width 1 11/16 nut width on it. Spruce top, maple back and sides, 3-piece maple neck, and of course, like, gotta love a stinger on the headstock there. And by stinger, we're just talking about this little black kind of widow's peaky looking thing that comes up and encases the headstock. Really great guitar, all original case, original hang tags, original bill of sale. That's the best I can do for Tom on this week of Petty tributes. He did have one closed mustache Tune-o-matic. His was a little bit darker on the Sunburst. I think it might have been a 63 or 64, but pretty much the exact same specs as this guitar. There's a couple songs that I wanted to do with the capo, but then people bitch, they're like, well, he has it capoed up, he's obviously trying to hide something. It's It's Flat Top Friday. It's our tribute to Tom Petty. I'm doing 4 songs today.
Oh,
2 with the capo,
Lord.
2 without the capo. There's just too many songs, man. The catalog is deep. I only got 2 days left. Let's go out to the couch. We'll hit it with our fingers. We'll hit it with the pick. We'll give it the Agnesi bang on it real hard test. And we'll continue to pay tribute to our friend Tom Petty. Let's go to the couch and hear this guy. All right, we're out front. We have the 1965 Gibson J-200 original Sunburst finish with the Tune-O-Matic bridge. We got it capoed up in the 5th fret here. Let's start with the flat pick, and we'll go from there. All right, let's lose the flat pick. Let's switch to our fingers, see what kind of more subtle side we can get out of this thing here. Cool. Let's ditch the capo. Let's get back to the pick. Let's see what this thing can really do here when we start banging on a little bit. One last one just for Tom here. There you have it from 1965. Original Gibson J-200. Original Sunburst finish, closed mustache bridge with the Tune-O-Matic. Original hardshell case. Original hang tags. Original bill of sale still in the case. There's your Flat Top Friday. Follow me on Instagram at Mark Agnesi. Follow the store at Norman's Rare Guitars. And check this and the rest of these guitars out online at normansrareguitars.com. We got one final guitar of the day in our tribute to Tom Petty week. Come back and see us again tomorrow for one final episode. See you then. Peace.
Bye.